Hello and happy Friday. My name is Michael Leeserman here with the Trial Guide's Tip of the Day. The date is June 20th, 2025, and our tip today comes from Trial by Human by Nick Raleigh and Stephen Halteman. Jurors do not like to see people mistreated or beaten down, even when it's obvious that they deserve it. Instead of using the word liar, expose the lack of brutal honesty and the lies. If you do that, the jurors will draw their own conclusions and restore the truth. Yeah, I agree with this. It makes me think of the idea, well, they're not a liar, they've lied. What someone's action is should not permanently brand them, right? Even the wrongdoer, the defendant. So in crafting jury instructions, for example, or in just talking to the jury, I don't want to say, what would a reasonably careful person do? This person was not reasonably careful. There's some truth in saying it that way, but really more to the point, what does a person do who's being reasonably careful, right? Was this choosing to do this, was that a reasonably careful act? In other words, separating the action from the person. That's just kind and respectful, and that's, I think, what's being pointed to here. And there's also just something vulgar about just saying you're a liar. In addition to that, let the jury come to that conclusion on their own. I would, maybe in closing you say that, but to even talk about the lies that someone told, which again is different than calling them a liar. But I like to leave it more open-ended than that. Pushing the jury right up to, they told us here in this courtroom blue. They had told the police green, and then we saw in writing, their lawyers put purple. Why the disparity? Why would they possibly have these different stories? Whatever answer the jury fills in is going to be better for you, I think, than saying, this person's a liar. So, think about this. And I also think there's a moral component that people can choose to act in a negligent way, even in an evil or wicked way. And that doesn't taint them forever. There's some hope in the future, maybe with the motivation of this verdict, that they'll act differently. That doesn't have to be who they are. What they did here clearly was something that was not careful, that did not take into account the safety and well-being of others. So just some things to think about as we go into the weekend. Let's take a pause and take a deep breath together as we go into this Friday, into this weekend, and just be grateful to be alive. May the work that we do today help to reduce suffering in the world, reduce suffering in our lives, the lives of our clients, the lives of everybody we touch. May the work we do help repair the world. May the work that we do exemplify law at its highest ideals of bringing honor and truth to the world. May we fiercely and compassionately champion our clients' causes. I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just listen to the sounds. Let them wash over you and remind you it's Friday. Wake up, go out, do good things, and have fun while you're doing it.